My wife took my credit card to buy supplies for her Etsy business. I thought nothing of it until I got a fraud alert for a hotel room and champagne package. I called and asked for room service. The clerk said, "Of course, Mr. Daniels. Shall I bring it to the honeymoon suite now?" I drove 2 hours, knocked on the door, and when she opened it in a robe, I just said, "I brought your supplies," and handed her the receipt, taped to a manila envelope labeled Final Sale, Marriage. I'm a small business owner in Akron, Ohio. HVAC work. I started with just a truck and a Craigslist ad 10 years ago. Now I've got a crew of 4, steady work, and I stay busy year-round. It's not fancy, but it's honest. It's how I bought our house, how I paid for our wedding, how I kept food on the table when COVID hit. My wife, Cassie, used to work at a daycare. Not a bad job, but not something she loved. About a year and a half ago, she started talking about wanting to run her own thing. She liked making candles, had done it for years as a hobby. I helped her set up an Etsy shop, took photos for her listings, built her a little workstation in the basement. She called it Cassie's Cozy Flames. I even helped her set up her LLC and the PayPal business account. She didn't make much at first, but a few of her holiday-themed candles got some traction. It made her happy. I figured, if we were doing okay, why not let her chase her dream? Around Christmas last year, she asked if she could go full-time with it. Said she had too many orders to keep up with while working at the daycare. I thought she was exaggerating, but again, she looked happy for the first time in a while. So I said yes. We made a deal. I'd cover the bills. She'd grow her business, and by summer, she'd aim to bring in at least half what she used to make at her job. Nothing huge, just something to help balance things. Fast forward to 3 weeks ago. She tells me she needs to buy new wax molds, scents, jars, inventory restock, she said. It sounded normal. Happens every couple months. But this time, she asked to use my business credit card, just until more payments clear. It wasn't the first time. I told her to text me the total once it was through so I could enter it into my books. She said it'd be around $500. I didn't hear anything after that. I got busy with an install job, forgot to check in. Then came Saturday night. I was half passed out on the couch. ESPN on. I felt my phone buzz in my pocket. Credit alert from Capital One. Unusual activity detected on your account. $742.50. The Elms Resort and Spa, Geneva on the Lake. At first, I didn't think much. Maybe it was a mix-up, or a weird charge error. But then 2 more notifications came in. Champagne and chocolate romance package, $119 room service, $64.70. That's when my hands started shaking. Geneva on the Lake is over 2 hours away. A lakeside resort town people go to for anniversaries, honeymoons, or affairs. I called Cassie. No answer. Called again. Straight to voicemail. My gut started twisting. I opened the resort's website. It matched the charge. I called their front desk. "Hi. I'm trying to reach someone who checked in tonight. Cassandra Daniels?" "Yes, sir. She's in the honeymoon suite." Those 3 words hit like a brick. The clerk was polite. Too polite. "I'd like to send something up to the room," I said, barely able to keep my voice steady. "Of course, Mr. Daniels. Shall I bring it to the honeymoon suite now?" He thought I was the guy in the room. My stomach turned. "No," I said. "Don't bring anything. I'll deliver it myself." I didn't hang up right away. My hand just froze around the phone. Then I stood up, put my boots on, grabbed a manila envelope from my office and the receipt printer I use for client jobs. I printed everything. Hotel charge, champagne package, spa bill. Folded the stack, slid it into the envelope. On the front, I wrote in black Sharpie, "Final Sale, Marriage." I got in the truck and started driving. Didn't call her again. Didn't even listen to music. Just silence. 2 hours of it. Got to the resort just before 11. The clerk at the desk recognized my voice. He printed another copy of the receipt without asking questions. I didn't explain who I was. Didn't need to. I took the elevator up. I remember the hallway was too quiet. Carpeted. Thick air. I found the suite number. Knocked once. I heard rustling. Then quiet. Then soft footsteps. The door opened. There she was. Cassie. In a white robe. Hair damp like she just got out of the jacuzzi. Champagne glass in one hand. She froze. Behind her, I saw a man's reflection in the bathroom mirror. Tall. Shirtless. Brushing his teeth like he lived there. She blinked a few times, confused. Then her eyes dropped to the envelope in my hand. I held it out. I brought your supplies, I said. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. She took the envelope. Just stood there staring at it. I turned, walked back down the hallway. Didn't look back. I didn't sleep that night. Drove back to Akron in silence. It was after 1 a.m. when I got home. I parked in the driveway, sat in the truck for 10 minutes, then went inside. Her shoes were still by the door. Her laptop was on the kitchen table, charger plugged in like she never planned to leave long. Her phone charger was still by the nightstand. I didn't touch anything. Sunday morning, I got up early. Still hadn't heard a word from her. No calls. No texts. At noon, I opened her laptop. I didn't feel guilty about it. Not after what I saw. The first thing I noticed was the Etsy dashboard. Orders were way down. She hadn't shipped anything in almost a month. Then I checked her email. She was still logged in. The last 10 emails were discount offers from hotels, lingerie stores, and open table reservations. I clicked further back. More hotel confirmations. One in Pittsburgh last month. One in Columbus 2 months ago. All booked under her name. I felt sick. Then I saw a folder marked C. I opened it. Inside were saved PDFs, hotel receipts, restaurant bills, and a few emails with a guy named Kyle. One was from her, titled, "Can't wait for our weekend," and ended with, "Don't forget the champagne, winky face. I told him I needed a candle show, LOL." I didn't know who Kyle was. I didn't care yet. I just kept reading. One email, dated 2 months ago, said, "He suspects nothing. I use his business card half the time. He thinks I'm restocking supplies." I slammed the laptop shut so hard I cracked the edge. My mind was racing. She'd been lying to me for months. Maybe longer. Taking money from the business, telling me she needed it for jars and labels, then spending it on hotels with this Kyle guy. I started checking my bank accounts. My business card had more charges than I ever approved. Multiple Uber rides. Fancy dinners. 2 flower shop visits I never made. She must have thought I'd never check. By Sunday night, I still hadn't heard from her. Monday morning, she walked through the front door around 10 a.m. like she'd just come back from the gym. No suitcase. No apology. Just a nervous little smile. I was sitting at the kitchen table. She froze when she saw me. "Hey," she said. I didn't speak. She set her purse down slowly. "Look, I know you're mad, but I can explain. It's not what you think." I stood up. "Oh, really?" "Because what I think is you booked a honeymoon suite with my business card and let some other guy brush his damn teeth in my robe." Her face turned red. "I didn't mean for you to find out like that." I laughed. A short, dry one. "So you admit it?" She started to cry. "It was a mistake. He doesn't mean anything. I was just—" "I don't know. I got bored. You're always working." I felt lonely. I stared at her. "Bored?" I repeated. "So you stole from me? Slept in hotel beds with a stranger? You call that feeling bored?" She started saying something else, but I walked past her. Opened the front door. "I want you out," I said. "Now." "I already called my lawyer this morning. Papers are being drawn up." She started bawling. "Please don't do this. Please. I can fix it. I'll pay it back. I just got lost. I swear it's over with him." I didn't believe a word. But then something happened that I didn't expect. She looked down, then back up, and her tone changed. "You don't even know who Kyle is," she said, her voice colder. I narrowed my eyes. "What does that matter?" She smirked a little. "Maybe you should ask your sister." I blinked. "What?" She picked up her purse, turned, and walked toward the door. "I'm not the only one with secrets," she said. "You think I started this?" She left, and I just stood there. Now I had a new question. What the hell did my sister have to do with this? I didn't go to work that day. I sat at the kitchen table, just staring at the spot where Cassie had stood. Her words echoed in my head. "Maybe you should ask your sister." I have one sister, Melanie. Lives in Canton, about 45 minutes south. She's 2 years younger than me. Grew up close, but we drifted apart after Dad died. She got married young, had 2 kids, divorced early. She's always been intense, kind of secretive. We talk now and then, but not much lately. I texted her, "Call me. Now." She replied 3 minutes later. "Can't. At work." "What's going on?" I didn't explain. I didn't have the patience to type. I called her anyway. Straight to voicemail. Something was off. I tried to think back. Had Cassie ever even met Kyle through Mel? Were they all at some party? Some event? Then I remembered. Last summer, we had a 4th of July barbecue at our place. Cassie invited some new friends. I didn't recognize half the people. Melanie came late with a guy. Tall, muscular, looked like the type who lifts for the mirror, not the work. I remembered Cassie talking to him for a long time by the cooler. Laughing, whispering. I never thought much of it at the time. My phone rang. Melanie. I answered on the first ring. What's going on? She asked. Your text freaked me out. Who's Kyle? I said flatly. There was a pause. What? You heard me. Kyle. The guy Cassie's been sleeping with. She told me to ask you. Another pause. Longer this time. Then she sighed. Shit. So you do know him. I didn't want to be in the middle of this, she said quickly. I didn't know how far it went. What do you mean? I introduced them. By accident. At your barbecue. I didn't know they stayed in touch. Did you know they were seeing each other? She was silent. Then, not at first. I felt my jaw tighten. When did you know? Maybe 3 months ago? He mentioned something, kind of bragged. I didn't believe him at first. I asked Cassie about it. She swore it wasn't what it looked like. And you didn't think to tell me? I asked, voice rising. She's your wife. I thought if I was wrong, I'd ruin your marriage over nothing. I didn't know she was stealing from you. I hung up. I didn't want to hear excuses. I felt like a fool. My wife had been cheating. My sister had kept quiet. And now my entire life was unraveling fast. Later that night, I got a call from a blocked number. I ignored it. Then a voicemail popped up. It was Kyle. His voice was smug. Hey man, sorry things blew up. For what it's worth, she said you were checked out. Don't take it personal. She deserves better. Hope you land on your feet. I played the message twice. Then I saved it. I wasn't done yet. Kyle wasn't just some side piece. He was proud of it, mocking me. And now I wanted him to feel what I felt. I opened Cassie's laptop again, and I started digging. Cassie didn't come home again. She didn't even try to reach out. I figured she was staying with Kyle now. Or maybe shacked up in some hotel paid for with what was left of my money. By Wednesday, the lawyer had the papers ready. I signed them without blinking. But I wasn't done. I didn't want to just end the marriage. I wanted both of them to feel what they did to me. That night, I logged into Cassie's email again. I went deeper this time. Looked through her PayPal records, Etsy transaction history, even her shared Google Drive. What I found made my blood boil. Cassie had been moving money from the business account into her personal one for months. She never reported the income. She wasn't just cheating on me, she was committing tax fraud. And I had her full paper trail. Worse, she'd taken out a small business loan under the LLC, my name attached, then used it to pay off her personal credit cards. There were spa charges, gift orders, and even a down payment to rent a booth at some weekend vendor fair in Columbus, the same weekend she claimed she was visiting her sick aunt. She never had a sick aunt. I printed every email, every invoice, every charge I didn't authorize. I organized them all by date in a folder. I made a second folder with screenshots of Kyle's voicemail, his texts to her, and photos I'd found on her phone's Google Photos backup. Yes, she was too dumb to turn off syncing. Photos of her in that same white robe, champagne in hand, on Kyle's lap. I sent both folders to my lawyer. Then I called the IRS hotline. She'd been using my business name, misreporting income, and shifting funds. I told them everything. They took down my info and said they'd assign a case. I knew it wouldn't be quick, but once the government gets involved, they don't forget. But Kyle wasn't off the hook either. I dug into him too. Turns out he had a business. Lifestyle coach. Basically, a guy who makes motivational videos and posts shirtless photos pretending he's rich. He sold fake seminars online. I found his website, Cheap Wix Design, linked to a mailing list. No privacy policy. No legal disclaimers. Then I noticed he was using copyrighted material. Quotes, logos, even stock images with the watermark still on them. I submitted multiple copyright violations. I reported his page to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for fraud and abuse. One by one, his pages went dark. Then I wrote a review, honest, detailed, backed with screenshots, and posted it everywhere he had a profile. Yelp, Google, Trustpilot. His 5-star rating dropped like a rock. By Friday, I got a call from a blocked number again. I let it go to voicemail. It was Kyle. What the hell is wrong with you? You're blowing up my life over a chick you already lost. Grow the F*** up. I didn't reply. Just save that one too. A few days later, Cassie tried texting me. It said, "You're ruining everything. I'm getting lawyers. This is harassment." I didn't answer. but I did forward all of it to my lawyer. Every message, every threat. 2 weeks later, the divorce papers were delivered to her. She refused to sign at first, claimed I was being cruel and punishing her for a mistake. But once the IRS letter showed up and her Etsy account got frozen due to the open investigation, she caved. She signed. No alimony, no settlement. She even had to pay back part of the money she took, just to stop me from filing a full civil suit. I sold her candle supplies and a garage sale. Everything went. The wax, the jars, the peppermint oils, even the Cassie's Cozy Flames table banner. I made $168 total. I gave it to my niece for her birthday. Cassie tried to contact me one more time, 2 months after the divorce was final. She emailed me a photo of us from our wedding day. Said she missed being loved that way. I didn't respond. I saved the email. Then I deleted it. I don't know where she is now. I don't care. Kyle's business is offline. Last I heard, he was bartending somewhere in Youngstown. Me? I'm still in Akron. Still running the HVAC company. Still doing honest work. Only now, I check my statements. I lock up my cards. I trust slower. And I keep a manila folder in my drawer. Labeled, Never Again.